Hey guys, welcome to the first proper video, we shall say, of the Bazant's channel. Let's go with that. Obviously, I haven't done YouTube I haven't done YouTube at all really, so it's all new to me. But I'm gonna do a quick feeding video for you guys of these ants here you see in front of you now. Probably gonna butcher the name, but these are Myrmicaria natalensis, also known as the natal drop-tail ant. Now, I've had this colony for, I don't know, a few months now. It's probably coming up to about half a year or so, I'd say. Getting along quite a bit. There's obviously quite a few workers. Well, more than a few, but yeah, right, so let's get on with it. So these guys are in a Saturn. I think it's the S3 module. I think you might have to correct me on that, but let's just go over a few aspects. So obviously these tubes here at the back are for the nest, but that isn't the main nest. The main nest is actually located down here through this tube. I'll try and get a bit of a video of that towards the end, if I can. So obviously we've got a sugar feeder here. This thing I have to replace at least once a day. They go through it super quick. They also go through food super quick. I have to feed them. Instead of feeding them a huge amounts, they don't need it. I kind of feed them at least once a day. It's usually about twice a day. This will be the second time today that they've had food. So yeah, we'll go with twice a day. Occasionally I'll chuck in a bit more extra and stuff, you know. So yeah, sugar feeder. We've got the garbage pile over here. Does need a bit of a clean out, but it's about a few days worth of grime. Also needs to clean on the bottom, which I will get round to, not today. These guys are pretty sick because of the way they walk. Their name or nickname is the natal drop-tail ant. This is because, if you're trying to find one, trying to see one walking, I'll do it from this angle. So yeah, when they walk, you can just see the gas that kind of comes from underneath. That's just, I'm not sure why I do that. They do possess a stinger in the back, which is quite a painful sting, although I have not been stung. It's just from what I've heard. But they are quite aggressive, violent ants. They do kind of attack everything and anything. So on the menu today, we have just some not waxworms, moria worms even. These guys take pretty much anything: dubias, crickets, waxworms, moria worms, the odd spider hidden around the house, you know. But so where's my tweezers? Right, so I'm putting some extra sugars for them. Hopefully they go for that, just while I cut up the waxworms, which I should have done before. I should have prepared those a bit, but we'll get there. Right, so I've got my scissors. I couldn't find them for minutes. There'll probably be a cut in that, so I couldn't find them. I didn't prepare too well for this, but we'll see what happens. So as I say, these guys are really protein hungry. They take a lot of, well, they will take anything, and they do take a lot of it, and they do go through it really quick, which you'll see why towards the end when I get a good clip of the nest. You'll be able to see the amount of brood that's there, and you'll see why they need this vast amount of protein. So it's all the protein ready. Just tap that in. Hopefully they should go pretty mental for it. Right, so that's in. So in about 20 seconds, probably less than that, you'll see a lot of workers come rushing out of here, which is where the main nest is, as I said earlier, and you'll see them kind of go for all this food. It'll take them a minute to get their bearings, but hopefully the protein jelly or bug jelly hasn't distracted them too much. There's quite a few bits of carcass lying around from feeding earlier. I'll get rid of that. So these guys roughly kept between 22 to 26 degrees. I keep them at around about 25, 26. Keep them nice and warm, get the brood going. It's always good for the colony. Yeah, I should take a look at the nest. I'll try and move the camera a bit, get a good. So this is the nest. Oh. So we've got main chamber right here, lots of brood in there. But this was filled up with brood earlier, it's now not. They've moved it over to here in the middle. Now it may be quite hard to spot the queen. Can't really see her. She's usually in there, but I need to get this light sorted. As I said, I haven't done YouTube, so it's all a learning curve. Now, it hasn't picked up too much, maybe because I fed them earlier, but as I say, they do go through protein quite quick. Excuse me. So hopefully cover the nest back up, not to aggro them too much. And they are actually, you can see this one's carrying a bit of brood into the nest, while some others are trying to get rid of a carcass that they've finished with, which is from earlier. And I'm hoping they react quite a bit. It's not looking too good so far, but give it some time. I'm not entirely sure how many ants are in this colony. I'd say, I don't know, two, probably 300. These tubes at the back I have actually covered with tinfoil, and I haven't actually taken the tinfoil off since they've been in here. So I'm unaware of how many ants are actually down here. Down here, up there even. To them it's down there, they think it's the nest, but yeah. There's too much going on. There's lots of activity, but not too much towards the food. It's quite disappointing. I thought it'd be quite a good one for the first video, but it's not looking like that so far. Usually these guys are super reactive and they come out straight away, but it doesn't look like there was a bit of a fight going on at the back. Morio Wormhead still alive. Yeah, they'll make short work of that, that's for sure. I'm gonna try and get a decent bit of inside. So these guys are probably my second largest colony, if not my first. My other colony would be my Polyrhacus tabilis colony, but I'm unsure of how many exact workers they have. It is roughly 300, but they do hide away. So yeah, it's not looking too good for the food at the moment, which is quite disappointing. There is a few, well, there's at least one short I've done on the channel of them. There is actually an earlier video of these guys when they were in a smaller setup, and their numbers definitely weren't as high as they are now. But yeah, it's not looking too good, which is a bit of a shame, but it can't be helped. Lots of activity there, just not towards the food. Excuse me. Definitely get some better footage of these guys within the week, maybe tomorrow, and post it. But yeah, I think I have to leave it at that, because they're not really doing too much. It's a bit of, yeah, quite a shame, but yeah, for a first video, it's not too bad, I don't think. They are going for the jelly. It didn't really distract them that much. But yeah, they get a mix of protein jelly, and for the sugar, I use Ants on a Rock ant candy, which is superb stuff. These guys absolutely love it. But yeah, I think that'll be a wrap for now. Until next time. But thank you for taking the short amount of time to watch the video. If you liked it, give it a like, put a comment down if you really want to see more, and hopefully next time will be better. Then subscribe. It would mean a lot, and I'll be able to hopefully do more better videos and stuff. But yeah, I'll let you watch those for another minute or so. But that's it from me. Thank you guys.